Recording that. It's the 14th of August, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora.
Thank you.
As soon as you're finished.
Okay.
The wife is a genius. Okay.
Yeah, this is good. Okay. All right. So let's see. Where do we get up to? Um, of Aleph, Ahmed Aleph. Still on Ahmed Aleph? Think so.
We're on Aleph, yeah. Just at the bottom of the page.
Bottom of the page. Yeah, right. We went through we went through the question about what about two kav in 8/8 amos.
Right.
And then we did, and a half, half of a cob over 2 amos,
Right.
and then we talked about different things that were lost, not the wheat kernels, but things that are bigger than wheat kernels, things that are smaller than wheat kernels.
Right.
So I think we got through that section, and
Yeah, we got
so
to
we're
which is the second to the last word on the page.
okay.
I remember reading Teku.
Teku, right. All these questions we say teku, we don't know. Okay, good.
All right,
Okay.
go on. Itmar.
Okay. Take it away, Lou.
Okay, Itmar, it has been stated. Uh,
Yes.
Yeush Shalo Midas. Uh, Giving up hope without awareness. Abaye says, Lo have Yeush. It's not giving up hope. You don't know. Virava Amar, but Rava says, Have Yeush. It is giving up hope. Bidavar sheyesh bo siman. What about with something that has an identifying mark on it? Kule alma lo pligi. Nobody argues about that. The lo havayeush. There's no yeush. There's no giving up hope. If it has a identifiable sign. Ba'af agav dish ma'ine dime yaesh lasof. And even though we hear that in the end, he abandoned hope, lo havayeush. It's still not abandoning hope. Dechi ata v'yadea liadei, because when it came into the finder's hand, the itura hu deasa liade, it was prohibited that it came into his hand. It was in a prohibited state when it came into his hand.
Yeah.
In other words, we in the end he gave up hope, but in the interim he didn't. Let me just close the door because it's noisy here. Okay. All right. So even if it has a sign, I mean, if it has a sign, we don't assume that he gave up. Even if we know for a fact that he gave up, we assume he didn't give up so soon. Um, let's see.
You got Rashi's?
Yeah, let's look at Rashi. Let's see. Rashi should be at the top of the page. Yeush Shalo Midas. Giving up hope without awareness. Devar she sisma Yeush lichshida shenafal mimenu ucheshimtza u adayin lo yado haba
Uh-huh.
shenafal mehen.
Right, right.
So it's something that some shesach mu. I don't know that word.
What? How do you spell it?
Shin samich suf mem vov.
When he okay, I can't say it.
You don't have a Gemora?
I yeah, yeah. Let's go further in the Rashi. Yeah.
Okay, so
Well,
it's something that something blank Yeush giving up hope. Uh, lichashida lichshida that he knows
oh, when he finds out.
when he knows that it fell from him.
Right.
Uke shematzo that when it's found a dayan, he still did not know the owner. The owner still did not know that it fell from him.
Right. Right.
So he
Okay.
didn't.
So that Rashi, yeah. So Rashi's explaining to us what is the Gemara. What's the Gemara's issue in the case of Yesh Shalom Midas? Why we what there is uh to done on this case. The thing is like this. Even if we would know theoretically, like you're talking about the case, if the um if it doesn't have a simon, or if it does have a simon, we would say that he definitely will give up, he definitely won't give up. But even that, all that aside, but there's an issue that at the time that the finder finds the item, that's what the Gemara said. It's bo liyodo be'isr, be'isuro bo liyodo. It came into his hands be'isr. What does it mean that it came into his hands be'isr? It came into his hands at a time that it was not permissible for him to acquire that item. Why? Because according to the Mandomer that says that Yeush lo midas is lo have Yeush, we can't look into the future and say, oh, well, since we know that when he finds out about it, he's going to say, oh, I don't have a simon, so I give up, or I, you know, or I, even in that scenario, that we know he's going to give up because he doesn't have a simon. But right now, he doesn't even know that it was lost from him. So that's called the case of Yesh Lo Midas.
Right.
And so therefore that itself, even though we say that he's going to definitely give up, but at the time that it comes into his hand be'isr, he cannot make a kinyan in it. And since he can't make an kinyan in it at that time, it remains usher. It remains impossible to make a kinyan on it even afterwards, even after we know that he actually did give up. According to who I don't know, remember which Rabbi or Abaya, who says that Yeush lo midas is lo haviyeush. That's how we paskin. It's not. We don't regard it as being Yeush.
Yeah, that was
the fact that we know that he's gonna. Yeah,
that was not Abaye. It was
so that's the case Rashi is describing.
Right. Let's see. Lo haviyeush in the Rashi. Litamai. Mifrash. Pelug Saihu. The Kamai means further on.
Yeah.
The Farish, they will explain the argument, the disagreement. Rashi's just telling us that they're gonna talk more about this disagreement over Havayesh or Lo Havayesh.
Okay.
Here comes Meir. Demiyesh Basuf.
Basuf.
He gave up in the end. Hey, Meir.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Mayor.
Mayor.
Yes.
Good morning.
We're in Bava Metzia.
Oh, Baba Metzia, I got to go get it.
We're on 21b.
Okay, I'll be right back.
So he's going to give up at the end. La'achar mish zahu zeh ukalala de ishur de yeush kenege. I'm sorry, kigon de amar have le lach sarun lich sarun ki yesh dibgale de ase se nu ash mehen. After that he found it, and halala is the general rule.
What's the rest of the word?
Kalala.
How do you spell it?
Vav,
yeah.
Lamed Lamed Hey. Aleph. Lamed Lamed Aleph.
Yeah, that's the general principle, right?
General principle, Diyeush, is that of giving up hope. Kigon, for example, Vamar Have Le, he said, I have lechesron kis. Lechesron kis.
By lechesron kiss. Right.
That's a valuable object.
No, he says vai. He says oi, vai, li. Woe to me, chesron kiss on the fact that it was lost to me from my pocket, literally, meaning to say those are the magic words that he expresses, which indicate that he has in fact been miyayesh. Vai li lechesron kiss.
Right. The Galui say sheno ash mehen, that it's revealed. The assay, I don't know. Dalid, Ayin, Suf, Yud, Hey.
Yeah, that it even though that it's revealed that he will come to say those words in the future. I think it means.
in the future.
What's the whole
Shanu ash mehen.
yeah, that he will despair from these items, from them.
Okay, so let's see. That's the whole Rashi. So what is it now? He says after it's found, after this is found, the general rule is that he has Yeush. For example, when he says "Oy vey," I lost it. It's revealed in the future that he will despair of it. Okay.
Right.
Uh,
Right. Because in other words, if it would have a simon, then we wouldn't assume that that when he finds out about it later on that he lost it, we don't assume that he would say "Vai lilechesron kiss" because he figures he's got a simon. He doesn't have to be miyayish. He'll be able to get his item back. So in that case, we don't run into the issue of having to judge whether or not it's a case of Yesh Lo Midas is not we don't need to discuss that issue whether that's already Yeush right now, because in any case he's not going to be Miyash in the future. Our issue is, even if on the side that we know that since it has no simon that he's going to be Miyash, but right now do we say that it's Yeush? Because right now he doesn't even know that it's been lost from him. That's the classic case where we got to judge whether Yeush Shlomi Das is regarded in Din as being Yeush.
okay, but I have
okay
with the overall situation that we're looking at here. I find an object. I have no idea what is happening with the owner. I don't know how long the object has been lost. I don't know what the owner's activity is. So when we say he's going to discover it and he's going to give up hope, but he hasn't done that yet. How do we know he hasn't done that yet? Maybe he already has.
Okay, so you're asking a question. And the Gemora is going to discuss this. For example, if it's a matter of money, here's an example. The Gemara talks about money. We didn't see it yet. The Gemara is going to talk about the guy lost money. So we say, oh, money. This is not a case of Yehush Shalom Midas. Why? Because when it comes to money, we say Adam Mamashmesh Bekiso Kol Shav B'Shav. The general view, the general hanhaga and conduct of a person who's carrying money is that he's always checking his keys. He's always checking his pocket to make sure that he still has the money in his pocket. And so therefore, if he's gonna know right away if he doesn't have the money. And if he doesn't have the money, he's gonna say right away,
Oi.
Unless it has a simon, he's gonna say, whatever he's gonna say. So that's a case of that we don't have to judge Yehush Shlomi Das. But you're asking, what about a regular case, not with money? When do we know that the person finds out that he doesn't have the item that he lost?
Right. Or I guess another way to phrase it is, why do we assume that he hasn't yet discovered it?
Oh, okay. So, well, in other words, that we could say as follows: that unless we know that something is definitely unless we know that there is Yeush. Unless we know that there is Yeush, how should we conduct ourselves with this item that we found? We can't regard it as though it's ours.
We have to assume that he hasn't discovered it yet.
I think so.
But if there's some,
Unless we have some,
then we would change that, I presume. Like, let's say, for example, it's quite dirty. We assume that it's been laying there for a long time because it got dirty. So in that case, would we say, okay, now we're going to assume there is Yeush, that he did discover it because it's been a long time?
Yeah, here it could be. We're saying if we have an outside factor that indicates that it's been a long time since it's been lost, then we should say that it's not a case of Yesh Shalom Midas.
Right.
Okay, good.
All right. I think we're caught up in the Rashi. We should go back to the Gemora.
Okay.
Let's see. We're on 21b1, left-hand column. Let's see. No, we're at the right-hand column. Vizuto shel yam.
Oh, okay.
We're up to Zuto Shel Yam. Okay. Mayor.
Okay. So it says, let's see, Bizutel Shel Yam. That's so if the object was swept away by the tides of the sea. Uvishlu lito shel nahar, or the surge of the flooding river. Wow. And it later washed up on the shore and was found. Af agav de'it be siman. So even though it had or has identifying mark, okay, Rahmana Sharyeh. Okay, so Hashem permitted, wow, the finder to keep it. Kedvi'inan lemimar lekaiman. Okay, as we will explain below. Okay. Then it goes on. Let's see. Ki polige. So where they disagree is, this is between Abaye and Rava, it looks like. But davar she'ein bo siman, when the thing does not have this siman on it, identifying mark. Okay. Comments which was found before the owner became aware of its loss. Okay. Abaye Amar Lo Have Yeush. It's not considered a case of abandonment. Wow. Okay. So he doesn't know yet. The Halo Yada the Nafal Mine. Oh, here. Because the owner didn't know it fell from him. Okay, so he can't have Yeush yet. And Rava Amor, Rava says, Have Yeush. It is a case of abandonment. Let's see, Dikli Yada Shenafal Mine. Because he becomes aware that it had fallen from him, miayesh. He will abandon hope of getting it back. Neymar Amar, he'll say to himself, Simana lately bigave. I have no mark by which to identify it. Mehashtahu dimyaesh. And so he has abandoned hope from now. That he lost. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay, so sounds like the Gemora has specified which is the exact case that Abaye and Rava have their machlokes of Yesh Lo Midas. Number one, the Gemara said they don't have a machlokes in the case where the do they? They don't have a case. They don't have a machlokes in the case of Zuta Shel Yam, because there we say that the Torah permits it, even if it does have a siman. And I guess even though it's a case that the person may not yet know. I don't know. I think we have the Gemara is going to bring a pasuk that we see that in a case like that, the Torah allows the finder to keep it. But in the case where they do argue is the case where there is a siman on the item. Because in the case, is that where they are going to argue? What did the Gemara say?
I think so.
Where it's
no siman.
No siman, yeah.
Where is no siman.
They disagree.
For some reason, they're gonna. Oh yeah, because when it does have a siman, then they'll both say that you can't. The finder can't keep it for himself. They'll both say that. But when will they disagree about whether the finder can keep it? In a case where it has no siman. Because the Mandomer who says Yesh Lo Midas is Lo Havi Yeush, he's going to say that since that'll be Abaye, he'll say Yesh Lo Midas Lo Havi Yeush, and Rava will say no, since we know that in the future. Since it has again, Abaye is going to say it's not Yeosh. Abaye is going to say it's not Yeosh, and Rav is going to say it is Yeosh. Oh, what's that case that Rav will say it is Yeosh when it has no siman? In other words, Rav is prepared to say that since we know in the future that he will give up. So even though now we don't know for a fact because he hasn't even been made aware that the item is lost from him. That's the case of Yesh Lo Midas. According to Rava, that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's enough that since we say that he will definitely be miyayish because it has no siman, so we say even from now it's regarded as though he's been miyayish. That'll be the opinion of Rava. But Abaye will say that no, no, the fact that he's going to be miyayish later on, that doesn't change the fact that right now he has not yet been miyayish because he doesn't even know about it, and therefore when the finder finds it, he can't keep it for himself because there hasn't been any yeosh yet.
I'm missing something here. The first thing it says is it has a sign, we let him keep it. But
that's that's the case of according to who?
Well, it doesn't say who. It says Bezuta Shel Yam.
Yeah, Zuta Shel Yam is true. That's what we said. Zuta Shel Yam is not judged according to the rule of Yesh Lo Midas. It's not dependent upon Yesh Lo Midas. The case of Zuta Shel Yam.
But I don't get why.
That's the Gemara is going to go into that. Gemara is going to go into that. But for right now, the Gemara is just identifying where is the machlokes between Abai and Rava. It's not in a case of Zuta Shel Yam.
Okay.
The Gemara is going to explain what's the reason why Zuta Shel Yam, the case is that the finder can keep it. I don't think right now the Gemara has said the reason why.
Okay, but
the Gemara is, I believe, going to what?
Zuta Shel Yam has multiple parts to it. We're saying in the case of Zuta Shel Yam, and there is a sign, he can keep it. In the case of Zuta Shel Yam, and there's no sign, that's the machlokas, right?
No, I don't think so.
Well, it says Bezuta Shel Yam, and then it says Ki Pligi. Where they just
right? They don't. They in Zuta Shel Yam they don't argue Ki Pligi, but they argue in the following case. Not in the case of Zuta Shel Yam.
Well, what is the following case? There's no
The following case.
But how did it get lost? We don't care.
He lost it. It fell from him.
Okay, I see. That's interesting.
In a case which is classified as Zuta Shel Yam, in that case, we're going to see later on, the Gemora is going to explain, based upon a pasuk, I believe, based upon a svora, that the finder can keep it, and both Abaye and Rava will agree to that.
The problem
it's not dependent upon
lack of.
It's not dependent upon the owner knowing or not knowing whether it was lost or not. It doesn't make a difference.
My problem is that there seems to be a lack of symmetry in the way you're explaining it. It says Bezuta Shel Yam and it has a sign. Then the next thing it should say is Bezuta Shel Yam and it has no sign. It's leaving that out. I don't get that.
Well, think about it for a second. In the case of Zuta Shel Yam, even if it has a siman, what's the din?
He keeps it. The finder keeps it.
Right. So do we need to be told about the case of Zuta Shel Yam and it doesn't have a siman?
Ah, I see. You're saying Kol V'chomer, he keeps it in that case.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see. Okay, I get it.
So Zuta Shel Yam is not a machlokes. Ki pligi, but the machlokes between Abaye and Rava is a case of, which is not a case of Zuta Shel Yam. It's a regular case. It wasn't the item wasn't sent down the river by a torrent of water or a storm or something like that. That it was lost from him and lost from the whole world, the Gemora is going to say. But it's talking about a case where it was lost from the owner and it was found by the finder. An ordinary case.
Right.
In that case, there'll be a machlokes, Abaye and Rava, in a case of Yesh Lo Midas. That's what the Gemara is going to classify Zuta Shel Yam as. It's lost not only from the person who owns it, but it's just like lost, so to speak, to the world. It got splashed, 10 miles down the river. It got there was a tidal wave and it took it away, and then now it's in a different locale, many miles away. It's not a normal case. In such a case, the Gemora is going to make a diuk. We're going to see it.
Okay. We have 3.5 minutes left,
Okay.
and it's
Any Rashi?
11:30. I'm happy to continue for 3 minutes if you want.
Okay.
The Isura Ata Liade. I don't think we've hit that, have we? Oh, yeah, we have hit that. That's it. It came into his hand, but through an Isser.
Yeah. What's that mean?
The Devar she Eno Asui Lihati Lihis Lihis Yeush who with something what is she know that it's not what is asui?
Eno asui lisyayesh. It's not regularly made to be a. It doesn't translate so well in the English. It means it's not normally despaired upon.
So it came
because it has a simon, let's say.
It came into his hand through an isser because we should not assume that he gave up hope.
Right.
Therefore,
it's not an item that we would say that he definitely gave up hope on.
Okay. Zuto Shel Yam. The swept away by the sea. Mikomos Shefas Hayam Derech Hayis Lechazor Ula Acharon Yud Parsao. It went more than 10 miles.
Parsa, yeah.
Oh, Team Se Asar Eser Peris Os Pa'omayim Biyom Usho.
No.
Motzi I don't know. I can't translate this.
Okay, we'll hold it for next time.
Okay, so tomorrow we're normal.
Tomorrow is no. Tomorrow can also be the same story.
Okay, so tomorrow I'll start up the